and welcome to Beer for Breakfast ABV. I am Danielle from Marty and Danielle in the Morning on 91X. As always, I have my beer drinking partner in crime with me, Brewmaster Paul Segura of Karl Strauss, and we are stoked to be welcoming Brandon from AleSmith Brewing. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, how's it going? Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
We're ready to roll.
Great to have you on the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here with you.
So we're super stoked to talk about the new label that's come out for the Sublime Mexican Lager. Sublime just is celebrating 25 years of the self-titled album, and with it came a new can for the Mexican Lager. What's up with this can, Brandon?
Yeah, this can is awesome. It was from the self-titled album from the 25th year, and it's Opie's Mind Blown Son. So what he did was we put that on the can. We started the relationship when they turned 20 for their 20th year, and we celebrated with the 40 Ounce to Freedom album. But this one is you're showing it. I've got the old can, but you're showing it. The Mind Blown Opie is awesome. It's out in the market. The beer is better than ever. That's a 19.2 ounce can that you're holding there.
Yeah, that's so rad.
I dig this artwork a lot. Will there be T-shirts and other swag using this art?
Yes, absolutely. We have the regular Sublime art that you have on a regular 12-ounce can, and we're going to have some shirts, and we'll be celebrating their 25th anniversary here at our brewery on August 27th.
Ooh, so what's happening on this celebration on August 27th? Give us all the deets.
So we're releasing the 40-ounce bottle that weekend, which is, a very limited release of the Opie. And so this is the first time we've changed it. It's always been the 40 Ounce to Freedom. So this is going to be rad. That's Friday, August 27th. And Sublime Beer, DJ, micheladas, all kinds of fun. Music. Come on down to AleSmith.
That sounds like a party. We were talking to Eric and Bud of Sublime, myself and Marty on 91X, and they were just talking about how stoked they are with this partnership that they have with you guys over there at AleSmith, and just how awesome it's been, and how they're just like, oh my gosh, like we have a beer. Like, it's so cool. And the beer is awesome too.
It's fun. I haven't got to meet Bud yet, but I know he's up there in Reno representing the brand. We always have to ship beer over state lines to get to him. So hopefully maybe he'll make the trip down for this year's 25th party.
And Rome Ramirez has some connections here in San Diego too. I've met him. He's a good dude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's not Brad Noel, but I don't know. There was only one Bradley Noel, man.
So the beer itself, a Mexican lager, 5.2% ABV. It is just like the beer that you want to be drinking while you're in the summer, hanging out at the beach. Maybe you're on a hike, out at the park, just chilling. This is the beer that I'm wanting to grab. What do you think of the actual content of the beer, Paul?
I like it a lot. Very solid Mexican lager. If you close your eyes, you'd think you're drinking like a slightly more flavorful, like a Special or something. Mm-hmm. Totally crushable. And yeah, I'd bring this on a hike for sure.
Paul, what are the attributes that we're usually looking for in a Mexican lager?
There's often, it's usually using a German lager yeast of some kind and very flavorful, like pale malts, but there's also often some corn or other adjuncts in there to kind of beef up the flavor and give it that nice golden color as well. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing there was a little bit of corn used in this one as well.
Paul, you nailed it. There's some corn, just nice light roast malts, very, very low bitterness, smooth. I mean, this is the quintessential SoCal beer style for these warm August days.
Mm-hmm.
And you just expect nothing less from the pros like Peter Zan and Ryan Crisp and all the other brewing talent you guys have there.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
So, Brandon, before we get into our next beer that we're having on Beer for Breakfast ABV today from you guys, give us an update. What's been going on with AleSmith? I mean, obviously, we're not fully out of the woods of the pandemic. That was a little bit of a hit on all of us. But what's going on with AleSmith?
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for asking. So last year we got to celebrate our 25th anniversary under COVID restrictions. So we did a a box that people got to take home. So we're really going to go big for this year's anniversary. That's the last weekend of the month, August 27th, kicking it off with Sublime. August 28th, we got live music from 3 brands. And then on the 29th, we're doing a backyard comedy show with PB Backyard in the back barrel room. So we've been having a lot of fun recently, trying to get back to having some events a little bit larger than more people than we've welcomed in the past, and just having a lot of fun. So we're going big. We're kind of doing 25th again for our 26th year here. We've been around for a long time. And after that, I think we're going to do an Oktoberfest in September, which should be fun. I think that's one of the styles that Karl Strauss and AleSmith do really well, in my opinion, and really excited to have some fun. I think September 18th for that one. And some of the other things we've been doing is we've been doing an art market the third Thursday of every month, just bringing in some local artists, come in, drink some beers. It's 20 plus local vendors, some music. And that's really what's been happening at the tasting room. We've been launching seasonal release beers that have been hitting our local grocery stores and having a lot of fun with our collaborations with partners like Alvarado Street. We got Pizza Port coming up next January. Having a lot of fun there with our beer.
I'm really glad that you brought up Oktoberfest, and I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Paul and I are intending on doing a special Beer for Breakfast ABV that we are going to take all the Oktoberfests that San Diego has to offer, and we're going to do a blind taste test. And we're going to invite all of our friends, AleSmith, obviously, Karl Strauss, Epic, everybody that is making Oktoberfest or a Marzen beer and doing a blind test. Will AleSmith be a part of our special Beer for Breakfast?
We are in. Sign us up.
Awesome.
We're very proud of our Oktoberfest. It's right here, actually. So we're not going to be talking about this one today, but there it is, ready to go.
Oh,
nice.
Man.
I dig the art on that.
Yeah, got the Bavarian flag style here, kind of on the sides.
Well, that's something to certainly look forward to for sure. The Beer for Breakfast ABV Oktoberfest edition.
It would be really cool if we can get Pete to be on the panel, on the judging panel on that too. He's got one of the best palates in town, and he's taught so many people and so many cicerones. And I mean, the guy is he's amazing. Can't say enough good things.
Yeah, he's a master beer judge, and I will say that I can volunteer Peter's time. We'll line up that time so it works for everybody, and we'll get Peter on. He was bummed he was going to join me today and do this, but we will get him on for the special edition of Oktoberfest.
That will be super rad. Well, moving into this next beer, actually when Kristen sent me the description of this beer, I got very, very intrigued by it. This is the KICKBACKRELAX Crushable India Pale Ale, 4.2% ABV with 120 calories. What's up with this guy?
This is my beer that I wanted the team to make. I love drinking IPAs, but I like drinking more than one, like most probably people in the beer industry. But as we're kind of go down to these Pilsners and these lagers, I like drinking more than one beer. So I challenged the team. I was like, go make a good IPA with a lot of aroma, uses Citra Mosaic hops. And this is the beer that everybody is a little skeptical, but it's funny now. Everybody on the brew team drinks this one, and it's a favorite here at the brewery. This is really something I really challenge the team to do. I love this beer. Little like notes of citrus, pineapple for me. I'll let Paul kind of give his kick on it too. But this is my beer. This one in 394.
Yeah, dude, this is delicious.
The hoppiness is just beautiful, and it's perfect, and it's nicely in balance with the rest of the beer. You get the bitterness, but you get more hoppiness than bitterness. And yes, it is definitely citrusy and very herbal and extremely pleasant. I do get the Citra hops from this. Amazing. I love this. And yeah, beer is a social beverage. You should be able to drink several in a sitting and still have like whatever mental faculties you had. I would crush a lot of these.
No, same. I'm drinking this, and again, doesn't drink like 4.2% ABV. If you just gave me this, I'd be like, oh, this is like a 5.5, a 6%. So the low ABV is huge. And I mean, look, if I'm drinking a beer, I'm really not looking at the calories, but the 120 in calories, I'm not mad at that either.
right? I mean, it could still fit in your wetsuit or your bikini or whatever it is.
Oh, very true. Yeah, we talk about the calories every once in a while. We're pretty proud of that. 120 calories. We still packs an aroma, and just really proud of this one. I love this beer, so happy to be talking about it today on the show.
I feel like this is a style that a lot of breweries now are starting to kind of latch onto. You see some of the more popular breweries, AleSmith, of course, but also like your Firestone Walkers and other really good breweries out there. And I don't have an aversion to this. I like it. I'm fine with this.
I really like this a lot. And, as you're talking about, this has turned into like the beer that all the brewers have gone to in the brewery. So often we have brewers that come on that they like the lagers, the crispy boys, and that's what they go for, and that's what the brewer drinks. And I'm always like, but I really like the IPA. Can we get an IPA that's got that lower ABV? And you guys did it. Like, I would sit there and I would crush this over and over and over again. Like, I love AleSmith IPA, and now I might have to push that to a side for this one because this is so good.
That's awesome. Glad you like it.
I'm with you. I like the crispy boys that are hoppy. Like, I like the Trumer, and I like the plenty for all. But this has a pleasant dryness, so it's like an ale version of a crispy hoppy lager. But it's also got the fruity esters from fermentation, which is a plus. Nicely done, guys.
The big question is, can we get this at Petco Park, please?
That's a good one. You can get that one up at Petco Park, up in the 3-4 Club, the Tony Gwynn 3-4 Club at the Toyota Terrace level. You cannot get that other places in the park because it's in a 12-ounce can and draft. But absolutely up there at our bar, up there in the Toyota Terrace, I think it's section 220-something. You can get that.
Good to know. I'm going to the game. I know what I'm drinking.
Seek this one out, everybody. It's worth it.
Yeah, for reals. Oh, my goodness. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us for Beer for Breakfast ABV. Before we leave you, is there anything else you would like to let the people of San Diego and really the world know about AleSmith?
Yeah, we're just having a lot of fun. We did a rebrand in the last year. We're celebrating this Sublime anniversary, 25 years. We're celebrating 26 years for us. This bottle is amazing. Just come down, have a good time. We have room for over 600 people. It's air conditioned. That people can spread out and get your social distancing that we might be headed back towards. So just come down, visit us, and try some new AleSmith beers. Thanks for having us. Really enjoyed being on with you, Paul and Danielle. Thank you.
Of course. Paul, what would you like to leave?
I'd like to just say congrats on 25 years, and please just go on forever. Actually, 26 years.
25 plus 1.
Congrats on this. This is amazing. I dig this artwork. I still have a T-shirt with the original logo on it from the first release that you guys did, and I was extremely jealous. I love this beer. I love the artwork. I'm going to be there at the party, and hopefully we'll dance and get a little crazy.
We'll have lots of fun.
For sure.
We're reserving a spot for you and Danielle.
Awesome.
Yeah. Seriously, if you've never had the pleasure of going to the tasting room there at AleSmith off of AleSmith Court and Miramar, you got to go there. It is one of the most beautiful tasting rooms I have ever been in my life. There is a top mezzanine if you ever need to do some private events that is gorgeous. The outside patio is beautiful. And there's the Tony Gwynn Museum inside of there. There's just... a trip to AleSmith is more than just going and having a beer. So I highly implore you to go there if you've never been in the tasting room. And remember, Friday morning, we have Beer for Breakfast on the radio. Paul Segura will be joining myself and Marty at 9:10 Pacific Standard Time. We will be drinking these AleSmith beers. I'm actually super excited for Marty to get to try this one. I think he's really going to dig that. And with that, guys, cheers to independently owned craft beer and radio in San Diego.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers to AleSmith. And I'm really glad you brought up the Tony Gwynn Museum because it's
so special.
I cried the first time I went in there. As a native San Diegan and a Padre fan, I lost it. I mean, it's incredible.
It's pretty
Cheers
cool.
to the man himself.